This is the video for lesson 8.7, going over step 2. Step 2 is asking us to use Desmos to graph the 5 equations for the 5 lines from slide 1. So start by clicking on this hyperlink for Desmos. And it will take you to a graph that looks like this. The next step is to start entering in our equations from slide 1. So at this point, you should have this table all filled out. I've done the first two with you. And when we're done, we should get a graph that looks exactly like this example here. For the first line, we know that the equation is y equals negative 5x plus 5. Let's enter in that equation first. Let's go into Desmos. Y equals negative 5x plus 5. And now we have the full version of that line. But we also have to add in this domain right here, that we only want the line, the segment of the line that is between an x of 0 and an x of 1. So it gets cut off here and it gets cut off there. Here's how you can add in this domain in Desmos. After the equation, you're going to enter in this curly brackets symbol. On your keyboard, it's going to be on the right, and find the letter P on your keyboard and go one to the right of that. And then press Shift, and then that key should get you this curly bracket. And then we're going to enter in the domain exactly like you entered it into the table. So I want 0 is less than x, and x is less than 1. Close curly bracket. That should be the button just to the right of the left curly bracket. Hold Shift and press that. What this does in Desmos is it applies this domain to your equation. And now if you look at the graph, you'll notice it cut off our line so that it's just the segment that we want between an x of 0 and an x of 1. Let's do one more together. Go back to the table. For this line 2, we want this equation right here, y equals negative 2x plus 4, and a domain of x is between 0 and 2. So let's enter that in. Go back to your graph in Desmos. Y equals negative 2x plus 4. So that's the full line. Now we have to add in the domain to cut it off, so we just get the segment that we want. Open curly bracket. The x is between 0 and 2. Close curly bracket. I've applied this domain, and now I'm just left with the line segment that I want between an x of 0 and an x of 2. So you're going to continue that process for all 5 equations, and when you're done, you should have all 5 lines on the graph just like this. Once you're done, what I want you to do is to take a screenshot of not just the graph. I want you to include the equations as well. So you would screenshot this whole area, the equations plus the graph. And then when that's done, that is what you're going to paste here. Except yours won't have my face in it. Yeah, so you should have 5 equations and then 5 lines for the fully complete version.